Sorry about that, folks. Just checking something right there. But I wanted to come on here and just talk about something that, well, it concerns one of my, well, I wouldn't say one of my favorite sites, but it's a site that when I have the money to, I will pluck down for about a month, let the subscription run out, and then wait until the opportunity arises again to probably, renew that subscription. And it's not much. It's only about 15 to 20 bucks. I think mostly 20 bucks, yeah. It's not too much, especially if you have the money. But apparently, I went to go check the site today. And first of all, if anybody wants to know, the site is legit. It is a legit site. It is basically, as legit as, let's say, going online and doing a subscription to a comic book publisher like DC or Archie Comics in one of their titles. Or Marvel Comics, that is, too. It's that legit. It's as legit as going to it's as legit as subscribing to an issue of Sports Illustrated. Put it that way. Especially online. So it's that legit. It basically goes through all the right channels that it has to do. So anyway, I went to go check that today, just to see how things are going. I wanted to go to the site, check things out. And much to my surprise, I end up getting an image. It wasn't the site's menu. It wasn't the website. No. It was basically an image that said, "You, Cloudflare or Cloudflare," that's one of the things that was brought up, and then error. What does that mean? Well, apparently, I've seen this before, and it's only been temporarily because some other sites that I go to would only do this because they would be doing maintenance on said site or moving to a new server or stuff like that. Well, apparently something was up on their end. And I was thinking, just like I mentioned, they might be repairing it. They might be doing maintenance on the site. Well, I go on Twitter thinking, okay, I want to know what's going on. And I'm thinking at first that, alright, we know about the whole net neutrality thing. It's kind of on the fritz right now. We don't know what the future lies for it, stuff like that. And we know all the speculation and rules going around of, oh, this is what's going to happen when net neutrality is gone. These sites are going to be blocked. That site's going to be blocked. They're going to slow down access to this site, even though you still get to it. It'll take a while, stuff like that. So I'm thinking maybe it's part of that, because there have been a little hints here and there, tiny micro hints of what a lot of people were afraid of or kind of speculated could happen. Anyway, I'm thinking it's that, right? I'm thinking possibly by a slight tiny chance it's that. But I give it benefit of the doubt because I've seen this before, and it's mostly sites that do maintenance on the site or the moving servers, stuff like that. So, like I said, I go to Twitter, and I go to the Twitter feed or the Twitter page of the site I'm on. And I look at this, and the first thing I read, because I'm knowing that the person, and I'm just going to call him DL for short. DL, Dave for short. Dave DL or DL Dave, whatever. Just call him DL. And I'm thinking he's going to say something about it, right? Well, DL did say something. As a matter of fact, I'll pull it up and try to word it as best I could. So, let me read off what he said. This is what DL said back on August 9th. I didn't even know about this. And I admit it's my fault. I haven't been checking. I've been busy working, tiring, paying bills and stuff like that. But this is what he said back on August 9th. He said this: for the time being, said site, I don't want to say the site's name right now because it might offend people or anything. It's very, I'll put it this way, it's a mature site that only adults should be able to see. You know what I'm saying? I'll put it that way. It's nothing risky. It's nothing erotic. Don't worry. To that sense, or in that sense, it's nothing like woo kind of. Oh, you shouldn't be watching that kind of stuff. I'll put it this way. It's kind of like Sports Illustrated's old VHS videos they used to put out of the swimsuit models. I'll put it that way. Just to kind of keep it peachy. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, this is what DL said. He said, back on August 9th, for the time being, said site will be down due to loss of hosting. Earlier next week, which I think would have been last week. Yeah, it would have been last week. Actually, it would have been this past Friday. He said, early next week, which again probably would have been around the 16th or something like that, I will have more news about what current members can expect. And then he closes out by saying, this is not how I wanted to decommission the current system. I apologize for any frustration this will cause. Again, this is what he said. He said, for the time being, said site will be down due to loss of hosting. Early next week, I will have more news about what current members can expect. This is not how I wanted to decommission the current system. I apologize for any frustration this will cause. So basically, it's not the way. Basically, what it sounds like is he was planning to probably move to a new server, a new host, but he wasn't expecting it to come so soon. Now, let me see if he put anything else up. See if he put anything else up. Trying to see. I don't know if he put anything else up. I'm trying to look. I don't see anything. I don't really see anything at all. But anyway, like I said, basically, just checking something there, guys. But anyway, like I said, basically, DL was not happy, or doesn't seem happy about this. Now, he hasn't put up any new information that I know of. So obviously he hasn't heard anything yet about a new hosting site or why there was a loss of hosting. Now, I read online that basically, I searched the term loss of hosting, and it has to do with the server, I guess, losing data or something. I don't really know. like they lost information, or they, they. I don't know. I don't know what it really means. I think honestly, it could mean along the lines of, and again, I will Google this. Hold on, excuse me there. It's basically a web hosting service. Now, I'm looking on Wikipedia here. Trying to see what they will say. It doesn't really say much that I know of, but I'm sure anybody watching would probably know what that means. But basically, it sounds like the server host, I should say, had a problem or something like that. I don't really know what occurred, but apparently it was enough to where the site is not accessible right now at the time being. And again, this is not the first time this has happened or anything, but this is obviously a problem that needs to be addressed. Obviously it does, especially if you're in charge, especially if people rely on your server as their host for their website or their businesses. You got to make sure that you have everything secure, everything is right, everything's up to date, stuff like that. So I don't know what occurred. All I do know is it deals with it has to do with DNS settings. So I'm guessing it's had or security. So I'm guessing something had to happen. My thought process is either the server, the host server, knew about Dave probably getting ready to move on to a new server, a new platform, a new host server, and all that. And they decided, okay, you want to leave us? Fine, we'll just take you off now. And they didn't let them know. And if that's true, it's kind of a BS move. The other thing I can think of is perhaps they had an outage. Something occurred to where they had an outage and it caused eternal damage on the server to where now they got to get a new one, and anything they backed up or something is gonna have to be restored there. Again, we'll just have to wait and see. Now, like I said, he posted that information about 11 days ago, so there's no real information out there just yet. So I'm pretty sure, though, anybody that follows sites like this know that it takes a while for these things to get back up and running. Again, my only thought is maybe he was getting ready to move to a new server, and either they decided, okay, we're going to kick you off now and be done with it, or something happened on the server's end that basically caused a lot of stuff to be lost. We don't know. So, yeah. Again, like I said, it's kind of stupid that this happens for any site, whether it's adult, whether it's mature, adult, family friendly, you name it. Sports, you name it, entertainment, you name it. It's dumb that this kind of stuff should happen, and that the host server needs to make sure everything, like I said earlier, is up to standards, updated, and ready to go. So, I don't know what's going on. I'm sure DL/Dave will let people know in the future, and if he does, maybe I'll come back on here and let you guys know what's happening as well. But yeah, loss of hosting is it's something new to me. I'll tell you that. And maybe it's not new to any of you. Maybe it is. But let me know what you guys think. What are your thoughts on a site relying on a server to be its host, and all of a sudden either the host kicks them off kicks them off because they making it known they're going to probably go to a new server, and they decide, okay, you want to leave us, we'll kick you off before you leave, or before your exit date is, comes around. Or what are your thoughts on the fact that maybe servers need to keep updated, aided, and stuff to make sure stuff like this doesn't happen? And what are your experiences dealing with this? Let me know down below. Comment if you like. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about it. And I will talk to y'all later.